The CSU application process for fall transfers starts October 1st, and the application is due by November 30th. For spring transfers, the application period is August 1st through the 31st. And spring transfers vary from year to year. We typically know in August which campuses are open and which campuses are not going to be open for spring transfer. So you have to check the website or come into counseling and we can help you with that. And it just depends. Sometimes an entire campus is closed, like Cal Poly San Luis is typically not open for spring transfers. Or sometimes the campus is open for all majors. Sometimes the campus is open just for some majors. And sometimes it's only open for students who are earning the associate's degree for transfer. So when you start the application, it's for upper division transfer students who will have 60 transferable units or more by the time they are going to be transferring. So, well, let me rephrase that. If you're a fall transfer student, the 60 units have to be done by the end of the spring semester in most cases. And if you're a spring transfer student, then the 60 units can be done in the fall prior to spring transfer. When you fill out the application, there's no essay that is required for the CSU application. And you're going to report all grades from all courses. So you're just going to follow your transcript and you're going to enter every class you've ever taken. Whether you got a W, you repeated the class, you didn't pass the class, you didn't pass the class and you did academic renewal, and if the class is transferable or not. So everything gets put into the application. Impacted schools or majors may have a supplemental as part of the application, and a lot of times this is in the program materials portion. The CSU is also going to be doing an update where students in January can log back into the system and inform CSU of what their grades were in their fall classes and what they're taking for the spring. There are some campuses that also do a supplemental in January. San Jose State does one, San Diego State, Cal Poly San Luis, Long Beach. So you want to make sure that you're watching your portal to see which campuses need what. So typically what happens after you apply, you receive an email from the campus welcoming you, thanking you for applying, and it includes next steps. And one of those next steps is typically creating a portal on their campus's website. And so you're going to have to do that for each school you've applied to, and then follow their directions on anything that they want done. It costs $55 to apply, and the $55 can be waived for up to 4 applications if you're in EOPS or if you qualify because of your income. So the CSU system started using a new application in summer of 2017. And to start the application, you go to calstate.edu/apply and create an account. If you do an application, let's say now, but you're not going to be transferring for a year, it doesn't save your information. So you can get on and practice, but really it's not going to be there for when you go to apply in a year from now. The application has 4 parts. It's personal information, your academic history, supporting information, and program materials. And program materials will not be required by all campuses, so you may already have a green check mark there and you haven't even done anything. On the Transfer Center website, you can find some resources, and this is for any of the applications. So we do have application review sessions, and what we ask is that you come to the application review session having completed as much of the application as possible so that you're not doing data entry in the workshop, but we can help you with what questions you have. So under Transfer Universities, we have Applying to a University, and if you click there, there's application deadlines and the timeline. There's resources for the UC, the CSU, and the California Independent. So you can look through here to see what resources we have. To see if a campus is open, this is particularly true in spring, you can come back on here and come here to see which campuses are open. So you're choosing a level, and you would be a transfer student. I would just go ahead and put an upper division transfer, or if you are getting that associate's degree for transfer, you could mark that. But we'll start with just upper division. We're going to go ahead and just look at spring 18. And I'm not going to choose a population. You can leave that blank, or you could submit something there. You could put like veterans or whatever it is. It's a little bit confusing because I hit submit and you think, oh, a new page is going to load. You just have to scroll down. So this was fall 18 and I want spring. Oops, spring. Okay. So you can see here, East Bay was open, Fullerton, Humboldt, Sac, San Bernardino, San Marcos, and Sonoma, and Stanislaus. Let's look at this note for San Marcos because I think they were a little bit funny. So they were only accepting accelerated kinesiology, movement, and science. Let's see what Sonoma State was. Liberal studies. So I have a feeling that maybe this is giving me not the most up to, or what was in place as of August of 2017. I think it's saying what's still open as of now, which is November of 2017. So, but this is where you would come to see which campuses were open. Okay, so I'm going to go into the application. So I've already created an account. And if you were creating an account, this is not the first page you would see. You would actually see something that looks more like this. So what level of degree are you seeking? You're seeking an undergraduate. Which of the following best describes you? Graduating high school senior, so that's not us, we're transfer students. Transferring with an associate's degree for transfer, so then you can choose Santa Rosa. And I'm actually going to do Administration of Justice as my major. If you're not getting an associate's degree for transfer, then you're just going to mark this one down here, transferring from a California community college or another 2-year or 4-year institution. Have you previously attended a CSU campus? No, I'm not a member of the military. I am a U.S. citizen. So those are the other options here. So I'll save those changes. Then the next part, when you don't already have an application created, is to add a program. So I am going to go ahead and add Sonoma State. I don't think I have them on here already. Main campus. The delivery format has been confusing for some students. So it's face-to-face, meaning you're going to attend the physical campus. And then the start term we're doing is fall. And then it lists all the majors that are open. Okay, I guess I already did have Sonoma State. So I have marked that I want to do criminal justice. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that. So now going into my application, here's the four quadrants: personal information, academic history, supporting information, and program materials. So personal information is basic information about you and your family. EOP is the Educational Opportunity Program, and you are welcome to apply for that. Just know, though, that it's another application that you have to complete. And there are some essay questions with that application. You also then have to get 2 recommendations from somebody else. My printer's making noises here. From a counselor or a teacher or an employer or something like that who can do a recommendation for you. Okay, so you can always click on My Application to go back, or you can hit this X here. So academic history is what takes the most time and is the most frustrating for students. So you can start by adding your high school. And the options right now are I've received my high school diploma or my high school equivalency. If you did not graduate high school, let me know and I'll tell you what to do. Then you add a high school. Students have been having issues with this part if their high school isn't listed. Okay, so I'm just going to put Mercy High School. Hopefully there's no Mercy High School in Alabama. Okay, so 0 results. So then all you do is hit none of these are my school. This has been an issue for a lot of students who went to high school outside of the country, outside of the United States. So then just select the term and do the best that you can. This is nothing that would get you denied. Your dates of attendance. So you have to go backwards. So we'll just go, oops. I guess I need to go further back. I'm not paying attention very well. Okay. Did you graduate? Yes. Okay. It's not letting me save for some reason. Mobile. Okay. So I had to put that in. So whenever the system doesn't let you save something, you've left something blank. And so it's important to make sure everything is filled in correctly. Okay, I've already put in that my only college is SRJC, so I'm going to hit continue, and again I'm going to add every class I've ever taken. When I added my colleges, I put my dates of attendance, so August of 2015, and I'm still attending. I'm on a semester system, and I'm earning an associate's in May. If you attended more than one school, you would put the other schools in. So hit continue to start. So this here, let me trash this so you can see. So I'm going to add a semester. Okay. Fall. If you went in summer, just choose summer 1. Okay. Don't worry about the summer 1, summer 2. The year. So what year did you first start? So I started in fall of 15. Academic status. So everything at SRJC is going to be a freshman or a sophomore level class. This application system was previously only used for graduate schools prior to CSU getting a hold of it. So this makes sense for somebody who's applying to graduate school. Was the class they took a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior class? It also makes sense for a high school student filling this out. Was it a freshman class, a sophomore, junior, senior class? So for us at the community college, you're either going to select freshman or sophomore. Look at your classes, look at your semesters, do the first half as freshman and the second half as sophomore. Again, this is nothing that is going to get you denied. So just do freshman for the first half and sophomore for the second. Completion status, is this semester in progress or planned, or is it completed? So it's completed. And now I'm going to add a course. So I'm going to put in counseling, so it will auto-populate for you. However, not every class is there, okay? So then just put a space and put 270. Course title. The title was Intro to College. The subject. Get as close to whatever the subject is as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and put in counseling because counseling is here. The units. This is a 0.5 unit class. Okay. My grade was a pass. CAS grade, just click on the box. And it is not transferable, so I'm not going to check mark this box. Let's do another one. So let's do Spanish, because this one causes confusion. So we're going to go Spanish 1. Now it's filling this in for me. Subject. Let me go find Spanish. There is no Spanish. What else could it be under? So languages are under foreign language. Okay. The units are being filled in for me, and my grade was an A. And it was transferable. The box was already checked for me. So let me add one more. Let's go AJ 55A. I think that's Intro to Investigations, but do not quote me because I don't know for sure. So subject, let's see, it could be under Administration of Justice. No. So let's try Criminal Justice. Okay, Criminal Justice is there. This is a 3-unit class. My grade was a B. Now this happens all the time. I can't save it. Why can't I save this? I'm so frustrated. I've been trying for 20 minutes to save this. Well, the reason you can't save it is I did not put in the rest of the units. So this has to be filled out, and then you see the save came. Okay? So then you're going to enter the next semester. I can't tell you how many students I've seen who enter every single class they've taken in one semester. Don't do that because there's no easy way to fix it. You have to go back and type it all again. And so, just save yourself the trouble and make sure you're doing that right. General education is pulling up your critical thinking, your math, your speech, and your English. However, how it works now is it only gives you the title and not the class. So especially with English, you have to make sure that you're pulling college composition and not like English 100, which is intro, or intro to literature or something like that. You need to make sure you're pulling the right class, okay? Let me show you a way. I'm just going to pick things here. I know they're not right, okay? But to check that, the easiest way to see everything you've entered is to go Submit Application. Oh, it won't let me download it because I'm not far enough. But if you download this, then you can see the class instead of the title. And so it's much easier to see it by going Submit Application. Let me show you one other thing that's a little bit tricky on this application. So review and finalize my transcripts. Currently, this question asks, your primary college is the college or university where you will earn your first bachelor's degree. So again, makes sense for a graduate application, but not an undergrad application. It's a glitch, and hopefully it will be fixed on the next round. So I'm going to go ahead and hit continue. Did I repeat any classes? No, I didn't. But if I did, I would say yes, and you would mark which ones you repeated. So I took Spanish 1 once, I took it again. Okay, so you would mark those. And your grade on the first repeat is an RP for repeat. Okay, so I'm going to say I'm not adding any. No AP, no honors, I did not study abroad. Okay, I'm done. Let me see if I can do this now. No, still not enough. Okay, supporting information. The achievements is optional. You do not have to do it. Achievements reported will not be used during the consideration of your application for admissions. Honestly, there's no point in doing it. If you really want to, go for it, but they're not even looking at it. So I told them I'm getting an associate's degree for transfer. Remember at the very beginning, and I'm getting that from SRJC. Administration of Justice is my major. The campus student ID number, put in your number, okay? I'm making one up. The California Community College ID, it can be the same thing as your SID, or you can leave it blank. And then when will you be getting it? I'm getting it in May of 2018. So don't forget to change the year. Because I'm getting an ADT, I'm guaranteed admission to at least one campus. So I'm going to choose Humboldt, and I'm going to choose Channel Islands, and then I'll save this. I am not adding EOP, so I'm going to skip that. And I guess here I have to say I'm not adding any achievements. So see how this wasn't done? There was something wrong. So I just had to select that box. Program materials. Long Beach and East Bay are done. I have those check marks, so there's nothing that I had to do. It's just giving me general information. But Sonoma State wants something. This causes a lot of confusion for students. They just don't see it. What do they want from me? I see nothing. Well, you have to switch over here to questions. So I select on questions, and all they're asking me, please enter your overall cumulative CSU transferable GPA. So we'll say 3.2. Save my response. So now I am done with that section, okay? So really the section that takes the most time is the academic history. If you have taken a lot of classes that are not transferable, then I would recommend that you split your screen between your student portal and the application so you can copy and paste the title of your classes in to the application without having to type so much. It'll just save you some time. So then once you hit submit, you can see here I have 0 applications ready for submission. The total fees I owe are $165. If I was being granted a fee waiver, right here, it would say check your fee waivers or check my fee waivers, something like that. And then it would say you have 4 fee waivers. Would you like to apply them? Well, of course I do. Nothing is showing up for me because I did not enter my financial information here in box 1. So you have to do that in order to get the fee waiver. Okay. So the CSU application is fairly new. There are obviously some glitches that need to be worked out, and I highly recommend that you start it early if you're going to be applying for the CSU and come in and attend an application review workshop in the Transfer Center or in the counseling office on the Petaluma campus so that a counselor can help you and make sure everything's being completed correctly.